Hello, my name is Karen Botari, and I have the privilege of introducing you to Group 5, as well as to introducing you to our project, which will be an examination of the impact of bullying. Before we get into the details of our project, let's just take a brief minute to introduce you to who Group 5 is. And as I mentioned, my name is Karen Botari. I work at the Harvard Graduate School of Education, and I have a background in developmental psychology, youth leadership development, and in student support services. Melanie Boyack graduated from undergrad in December of 2016 with a degree focused in psychology. She's currently pursuing a master's degree in clinical psychology. And finally, our third member, Stephen Meyer, has a background in general psychology. And for over a decade, he has worked with individuals with autism, and he has also worked in autism research. As I mentioned, our project is going to be an examination of the impact of bullying. And just to get us on the same page, we thought we would share with you the Center for Disease Control and Prevention definition of bullying. And they define it as any unwanted aggressive behavior or behaviors by another youth or group of youths who are not siblings or current dating partners that involves an observed or perceived power imbalance and is repeated multiple times or is highly likely to be repeated. Bullying may inflict harm or distress on the targeted youth, including physical, psychological, social, or educational harm. And for the purposes of our project, we are going to explore data on 12 to 18-year-olds in the United States who are in primary or secondary school leading to a high school diploma, and we will explore whether or not being the victim of bullying, either verbal or physical, affected grades, class attendance, as well as thoughts about one's future. The population that we're looking at is 12 to 18-year-olds who are in primary or secondary school in the United States leading to a high school diploma. And the next batch of slides where you will hear about the sample experimental unit as well as a bit more will be shared with you by Melanie Boyack.
Our data was collected by the U.S. Census Bureau, which randomly selected households to take part in the National Crime Victimization Survey. And so our sample includes 12 to 18-year-olds individuals that took part in the survey between January 2015 and June 2015. So here our experimental unit is students, and more specifically 12 to 18-year-old students in the US that were designated as either bullied or not bullied. And we'll be looking at 3 different variables: class attendance, grades, aspirations for the future, and all of those variables were measured via self-report questionnaires. And on the next slide, we will see sample questions of those variables. Also, grades were measured on a Lalo scale, so A, B, C, or D. And class attendance and aspirations for the future were mostly measured on a yes or no basis. So some examples of those questions: for instance, during the last 4 weeks, did you skip any classes? Yes or no? During the school year, across all subjects, have you gotten mostly A's, B's, C's, D's, or E's? And for aspirations of the future, thinking about the future, do you think you will attend school after high school, such as college or technical school? Yes or no? So for the last part of this presentation, Stephen will be talking about the statistical component of it.
We plan on using multiple regression to see how bullying and types of bullying might predict an individual's grades, class attendance, and aspirations for the future, although we are open to suggestions and feedback for our model. We hypothesize that victims of bullying will be more likely to skip class, get lower grades, and be less likely to attend further schooling after completing high school. Since we have not yet run our analysis, we can only confirm randomness and independence due to how the National Crime Victimization Survey was conducted. On behalf of Group 5, I would like to thank you for watching our presentation. We are looking forward to your feedback and getting a chance to answer your questions.